Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Grand Wizard Bukake, your host. The New Future escaped into their battery where they freed mages, found a kill code for Faerun's laser guns, and discovered a cannon room. Meanwhile, House Farch were ambushed by a kraken and forced to face the beast. Will all our heroes, future and past, die under the tentacles of an underwater monster? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
You, in kind of the flashing darkness, see a massive tentacle slap down before you, and a shape begins to emerge from the darkness. Let's have a boss fight.
Oh my god.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, Quinny. Right when it counts. That's 6 initiative for Quinny.
19 for the bee-hole.
6 for Juniper.
Oh, we're tied.
Twinsies.
How do we decide who is it?
Six.
Who's got a... Do we
Who's got
roll
the
again?
higher dex?
I only have +1.
I'm +4.
Yeah.
So, top of the round, Butthole. The Kraken is dragging its way towards you.
Great. Can I see, like, the head, or do I just have this tentacle here?
You can see the head kind of emerging from behind the tentacles. It's dragging its way forward.
Cool. How far away is that from me?
It is at the other end of the warehouse, so probably about 120 feet.
120 feet. Okay, I don't have necessarily the range
just
for that
so we
yet.
all have this room in our heads, there are 2 kind of massive racks of these coffins in sort of the middle of the room, and then the cylinders line the walls. There's a catwalk kind of along those lines of cylinders so that people can access them, and that's the space.
This massive kraken, how is it in here, or how is part of it in here?
That's a good question, Quinny. One that you can answer once you've killed it.
Okay, but it is, although it's a big creature, it's a fraction of the size of the squid, but it's one solitary...
It is dragging... No, this is, like, you can see the eyes, you can see, like, the thing is here.
But its size doesn't make sense, right? Based on the dimensions of this room, what we've seen it do.
So this is a 3-story tall room.
Okay, I was not...
Yeah, sorry, like really
properly
thinking
visualizing,
like,
okay.
honestly, it's a Home Depot. Like,
Okay.
it's just massive, massive space.
Okay.
And it is still confusing, though.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, everybody, it seems like we got a second before it gets here, because this is very far away. This is very bad. I can drop a guardian a bit of the way out that'll just keep swinging till it pops. And I can drop a hammer closer up, and then we can get real nasty. I don't have anything at long range. Does anybody have anything that's far enough? Because I think we got to hit it in the head.
My moonbeam.
That's constant. I mean, if that'll do it from here till it gets closer, and then you can get stabby. Quinny, you got any good ideas?
I can blast it. It's not going to do as much as getting up close, but I can blast it.
That's all right. I think it's going to get itself up close if we just focus from here.
Can we free some of these mages to help us?
Are they all mages?
He was kind of sleepy, and I don't know which ones do what. I mean, is it ethical to free people and hope they wake up in time to kill something or they just get eaten? I don't know if that's terribly heroic.
Is it ethical to leave them in here to get smashed or eaten or whatever the fuck?
They haven't been eaten yet, and this thing was here.
I'm going up this fucking ladder. Just start.
Okay.
You can on your turn.
Yeah.
For now,
Okay.
you just hang out.
Juniper, it's your call on if you want to free people. Wait, where's the list? And I flick open the list and flip through quickly, Tom. And does it say what their specialty is next to the wizards?
Actually, yeah, sure. It would have to.
Cool. When we looked at Carlin's, does it say his name or a number on it anywhere where we can compare to wizards?
Oh, I mean, I didn't write all this down, but sure. Yes, you can easily figure out kind of who does what. But keep in mind, there's also all the mages who have ever been used for this. So you got lucky into finding Carlin, but with the rest of them, it's not like you'd be like, 102 is this. Like it's a complex mess.
Okay, what if I start laying down defenses? Quinny, you go get yourself ready for a long-distance ambush. And Juniper, here's the list. If you want to wake up anybody who you think is going to be able to help us kill this thing, go for it. But don't wake up people who are going to be like, wake up and be like, I can make people think it's nighttime, because then they're just going to die, and that's not terribly heroic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here's the book. You're welcome. And then I am going to, I guess I'll run forwards like 20 feet, but stay low kind of thing. And then 30 feet in front of me, I can drop a Guardian of Moonhammer that lasts for 8 hours. That'll be my first thing, is to drop it at like the 60-foot range. Because this thing's long, right? Like, we're not talking...
Is this the same thing you dropped back in the other space? So does that kill the other one?
No, they just hover for 8 hours. So it kills another spell slot, and they're not cheap. It's a 3rd level spell slot, but I'll drop that right there. So it's at the 60-foot kind of mark.
Good news is that thing would have done some stuff.
Great.
Because the Kraken came in through the bottom floor. So
Dope.
Okay.
Okay, then it does 60 damage before it dissipates. So that'll be the max it could do. All right, so I'll drop that one there. So that's my first turn if we're looking at like it coming towards us. Prep.
So next up is the Kraken. The Kraken is going to use its move to drag itself into closer range, which will bring it through the Hammer Guardian. So what does the Hammer Guardian do?
Great. It has to pass a Dex save DC 16.
Actually, that's not a bad thing to challenge it on.
I figured it was big and it's a small tube.
Oh, it passes by rolling a nat 16.
Great. Then it takes 10 damage.
All right. Oh, fuck, that is a lot of HP. Cool. So it's round. It drags itself, starts dragging itself forward rapidly. Butthole, you're probably the most obvious target because you're kind of right there. Quinny's gone up the.
Or I will be.
Quinny will be going up the ladder. Oh, so I guess you're all kind of there. And Juniper, you're standing next to Butthole, I assume?
Yeah.
I had to go forwards to do that technically.
Oh,
so
okay,
I've
so
scurried.
then-
I've scurried forwards. I'm trying to stay hidden, but
All Butthole.
I'm a
all
big
right.
fat man in plate mail. There's only so much.
All right. So that's 2 attacks with the tentacles whipping at you. One will. What's your AC?
21.
Okay, so only one will hit, and that is 19 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
And it smacks you, and the tentacle kind of wraps around you. Go ahead and roll me a strength check, please, or a strength save rather.
18.
Not quite good enough. You are now grappled.
Cool.
So your speed becomes 0. Otherwise, you can still take actions, but you can't move.
Cool.
Wicked. Okay, so that's that. That brings us to Quinny.
I'm not going up anymore. I'm going to try and free Butthole. So I will run forwards. One hand opens and Frostbite appears. On my other hand opens and a Shadow Blade is summoned. That's my bonus action to do that. And I'm just going to basically carry them both on my left side as I run and just rake them across the tentacle.
yes.
I was going to say, yeah, and I'm yelling from where I grappled so he can get as much ambush as possible. I'm like, well, if I'm caught, you friggin' Kraken, I bet your mom's ugly.
Well, thanks to the low light, Shadow Blade gets advantage in low light.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, your mom's still ugly.
My mother is beautiful.
Well, I can't really argue with you. I don't know if that's true.
So we'll roll for Shadow Blade.
Yep. So cool.
Gets advantage. 19. We'll take the 19 plus 8, 27.
This will not surprise you to know that hits.
Okay. So because that one has advantage, that gets the sneak attack damage. Okay. 23.
Damn, son.
And then with Frostbite. Now, Tom, I don't think we actually talked about this. Rolling a d6 to see if the poison effect wears off. Is it like a long rest kind of thing? Like poison's just off the table?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yes, yeah.
And that's how you recharge it, right? Long rest?
In this instance, yes. Because basically,
Let's just make that the rule. That's
yeah.
fine by
'Cause
me.
I think the idea would be that if you can continue to roll, the venom stays on the blade. But when the venom runs off, then yeah, it's a long rest.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. 25 to hit.
That'll
with
hit.
Frostbite. Oh, nice. 11 on the dice plus 5. 16
Oh, damn.
as the follow-up.
Sound hit. The tentacle releases and kind of whips back into the darkness. It's still coming, but like it realizes that holding a thing near the spinning blades of pain, not the best. Juniper.
So Butthole got released.
Butthole is released. Yep.
Yes.
So he and Quinny are standing together. They're both just a few feet ahead of you.
Okay. So I mean, I have this list, but how useful is it really? Like,
All the things you are feeling are true of how useful it is.
I can't waste time like opening up like a billion like crates and hoping I
To
get
Ryan's
a good
point, you're going to
one.
get the asshole who's like, knock! And then like a door will open somewhere and he's like, ha ha!
Yeah.
And then just gets murdered.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. In which case, I will cast Moonbeam.
What do you say though?
Of course, I yell to the heavens, light of the moon, protect me.
Fucking right you do.
And so a silvery beam of light just appears right at the Kraken's head.
Nice.
So has to make a Constitution saving throw, but it's going to be on his first turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
start of his next turn.
Cool. All right, so that brings us to top of the round, Butthole. You've just been freed. You took a bit of damage, but Quinny's by your side.
Great. How far away is the monster right now?
It is probably about 60 feet now.
Okay, cool. I'm going to... I would like to, using my action, I am going to summon a holy hammer of Moonhammer, which can appear 30 feet in front of me. So I will put it there just to be ready for this thing as it closes in. So I will cast
Smashy.
that. And then that's a bonus action. And then for my action, I am going to yell, "Hot snakes!" And you just hear hot, 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 and a butthole opens up right underneath the Kraken's head, and then it blasts a big cylinder of fire. So it needs to pass a dex save, DC 16.
Man, you guys love hitting that dex. It rolls a 12, and it
Nice.
gets +0, so...
Okay, then it is going to take 15 fire damage and 14 radiant damage from the hot snakes. And then I don't want to be too close to its face when it gets to me. So I want to run back 30 feet with Quinny and be like, last stand at the end of the tunnel, as I'm booking it backwards.
Fair enough. All right, so you hear it you sort of psychically respond, ow, 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 my one weakness, hot snakes.
It's a weakness for us all. I yell as I'm running
Slipped up
away.
now, Kraken. We know your weakness.
I wish I knew how to cast hot snakes. If it's a weakness for them, it could be useful to me. All right, Wicked. That brings us to the Kraken. So, man, a lot of things happen to this Kraken. It's got to roll against the Moonbeam.
Yeah, Constitution.
Oh, fuck, I rolled a 2. So it's going to eat shit from the Moonbeam.
And it needs
also,
Dex
it's
against the
taking
Guardian,
Hammer
yeah.
Guardians. Oh, fuck, I rolled a 4.
Okay, so it takes 20 damage from the Moonhammer
all right.
Guardian.
And 17 radiant damage.
17 radiant. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Damn. What a shitty way to start a turn. It's like, oh, yes, I'm ow, fuck, ow, fuck, ow, what, ow. And then it starts to crackle with electricity. And Juniper, you're still standing there. It sends a lightning bolt, just kind of snaps out of its maw at you. So I need you to roll me a dex save, please.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It's a nat 1.
Oh, no.
Oh, Junie. Oh, Junie. All right. Oh, okay.
It's just past midnight at the time of this recording. So, as you know, it is now opposite day. So I think that nat 1 means critical success on opposite day.
If you define a critical success as taking 25 points of damage, happy opposite day.
Well, on opposite day, I have to say, yes, I do consider that.
And Juniper, because you rolled a 1, it's also going to snap out a tentacle at you. What's your AC?
18.
All right, it'll hit.
Fuck.
I got to be careful with my 16 AC squishy boy Quinny here.
With your sweet baby boy. All right, so that is 21 points of damage.
And the moonbeam disappears as I fall to the ground and change into moss.
Admittedly, the tentacle catches you as you fall. What? And you're unconscious, grappled, but it actually kind of looks like a sick dance
Isn't that
dip.
lovely?
And then when it realizes you're a floppy ragdoll, it does that thing that giants do in movies where it just like flops you back and forth a couple times and then just drops you. This one's broken.
Oh, my God.
Gee.
All right, so that's the Kraken. Quinny,
How's this Kraken looking?
bloody. If we were to use a 4th edition term.
Okay, all
If
right.
you were to roll a will save,
Not
to
as-
figure out if it was dying, it is bloody.
Not as bleak as I thought. Okay.
You get the sense that being repeatedly pummeled by a hammer guardian that's probably standing somewhere in its stomach at this point, and being burned by a moonbeam while being burned by hot snakes probably had an adverse effect.
Yeah, good. I can't do any of those things. So I will, thanks to my boots of springing and striding, fuck taking the ladder. I got to like try and vault my way
Just
up
like
to the catwalk.
$6 million being like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
great.
Shun-na-na-na my way up. The best of shun-na-na as I climb. And I'd like to run to the other side of it. It's so big, though. I bet I can't do
You
that
can get
in
halfway.
one. Halfway?
Because keep in mind, the nice thing is it's pulling its weight through, and it is taking up a fuck ton of space. But in terms of like thinking about being behind it, one more movement would get you behind it.
Well, let's just jump down on top of it then.
Oh, damn. All right.
And just down a kind of smash attack with Frostbite and my Shadow Blade. And I'll shout out, Butthole, bring back Juniper! I'm on it! For the Shadow Blade, dirty 20.
That'll hit.
For Frostbite, a 12.
That will not hit.
Okay. So just the damage dice for Shadow Blade. Okay, so that's 24 damage.
Damn. All right.
And I am on it.
Yep. Muad'Dib. Cool. That brings us to Juniper. Go ahead and roll me a death save, please.
Yeah, totally. 18.
All right.
Success.
Not today, death. Maybe later today, death. Top of the round, Butthole.
Okay, so the first thing I do is point at my floating magical hammer and just say, sick 'em. And it will travel 20 feet forwards to be able to attack.
As it flips through the air, it almost sounds like it's going, snarf, snarf, snarf.
He's still with me, I'd say. As it attacks, that is 14.
Not good enough.
That's okay. There's a very big, it's doing its best. It's a distraction weapon anyways.
Pommel hits it. You know,
Yeah.
we know what's up.
I wasn't focusing. This is sort of what I deserve. And then what I want to do is reach down and just like slap a hand on Juniper and just yell like, wake up, we need you. But every one of those words is a giant fart. And you can see the circle like flying and encompassing her. And I cast Cure Wounds at level 5.
Oh boy, yeah.
So
Wow.
you are going to
level
get...
Of the
5.
moon hammer defend you.
Oh, I can't
shit.
do level 5. Shit, I only have 1. Okay, level 4. Well, I'll settle for what I can do.
Nah, we're not impressed anymore.
Like, you have a level
You're not
5
wrong.
spell slot?
I do have a level 5 spell
Holy
slot.
shit.
Okay.
More like level snore.
Oh boy.
Please.
That's a serious rap.
Please protect me and my small body.
So you get 38 HP back.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Nice.
And I'm like, get in there. No more range shit.
Juniper, you sit straight up and just like swing your sword in front of you drunkenly, and then realize there's nothing there, but you know, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I will just basically, I want to run over to the side and try to hide behind some of the rigging. And then I'm basically just going to keep yelling about how the Kraken is a penis. Because I think if it takes a swing at me, I might be able to hide behind this metal stuff. And then it might not be able to get me. But I might be able to make it angry and keep it distracted. So
Just
there's
roll me a
of
persuasion check.
Yeah, a lot of phallic stuff. That is a 24. I speak so many languages and I know 5 words for dicks in all of them.
You got a 24?
Yeah.
Fuck, I got a 23. He's real mad.
You can read my mind too. So there's like twist nuts in there and shit.
All right. That brings us to the Kraken, who is like, no, I don't. Stop saying that. So it's going to try and strike through the wall of mages.
I was going to say, but before it does that, is it still touching
It
my
is.
Guardian of Moonhammer?
Yep.
It needs to pass a dex save.
Sorry, what's your DC?
16.
Oh shit. Yeah, all right, it failed.
All right, it takes another 20 damage.
Wow. All right.
Nice.
I'm
And
blowing all my high level spell slots
It can
up
do
front on this.
60.
It has 10 more left.
All right. very
I've been
good.
tracking because it hit 10 and then 20 and then 20. So there's
Yeah.
10 left.
All right, so it's going to take 2 swings with its tentacles at disadvantage through the wall of mages. Oh shit! All right, so first one hits.
Like around the corner, just kind of flap.
Like it just reaches through and sweeps.
Oh
so
my
you get hit by
God.
like a bunch of caskets. 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And then the second one, that is a massive fail. Instead, it just sweeps a bunch of caskets off the top shelf that crash to the ground, and unconscious mages fall out. The red light starts blinking again. It's like a seatbelt indicator.
Cool. All right, I'm still up. I'm angry now that
So is it.
it's getting the penis insults are now sort of. I'm gonna ease off on that. Like, you know what? Maybe other people can make it angry too.
All right, that brings us to Quinny. You are riding the whirlwind.
Yeah. And I think
You're just doing the straight up like just stabby stab.
magic swords up, magic swords back down into this thing.
Sword goes up, sword goes down.
I'm going to use the advantage granted by Shadow Blade. 27, and I'm also going to burn.
Yes, that hits.
I'm also going to burn the initiative granted to me by Baba Yaga for frostbite.
Oh.
Nat 20.
Oh shit.
Okay, so this is a few dice.
He's roguing it. He's roguing it.
I'm rolling them all at once.
Seth Rogen it.
How was that? Not that great.
Yeah, he's Seth Rogen it.
Yeah, I remember the tracker character from The Predator.
Actually, you know what usually
having some
accompanies this shaking sound is me cursing whatever I'm about to kill. So it'll just be like, fucking squid will show you, you motherfucker. And just... Okay. That's a 7 on that one. I like that.
You're basically playing Yahtzee at this point.
Yeah, and he's got a couple of numbers he can cross off.
I know.
Okay, so 34 plus another 6, 40.
So 40 damage from Quinny.
45.
That's funny. Sometimes you have a number written down in your sheet. It is exactly 45
Oh my
HP.
God.
That's amazing.
You just start going to town, and as you do, you're like muttering swear words.
Yeah.
And then gradually you just start to like cackle like an old crone.
Oh.
And it's remarkable because for a hot second, you feel like you can see through both your eyes.
Okay.
And then as one of them fades out, you realize that you're basically like halfway through its spine, and you're like halfway into it because you've just been stabbing. Butthole, just as it's dying, you hear it just say, "Owie, not fair."
Guys, I don't think it was an adult.
And then its eyes go blank. Beyond it, you can see. Oh, also, like, congratulations, the Kraken's dead. That's pretty dope.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I wasn't hamming it up in this fight because, like, I was legitimately scared for my character's life. So sorry if I was just kind of dryly
Oh man,
like,
it's got to work. That's great. So the Kraken is dead. You have a second to collect yourselves. The mages who were knocked off the top shelf are dead, but that's okay. The rest of them are kind of waking up a little confused. Beyond the Kraken, you can see another chamber, a sort of a large, massive chamber that it clearly broke its way into. There's water there, but it isn't fully flooded. Whatever way it made its way in seems to have been sealed off at some point, possibly by some incredibly fast ape droids.
Okay, so we'll let the rest of the mages free. I think that's an easy step one. Is
Sure,
like
shake 'em
get
out of
the
the box.
mages out.
We-
Yeah,
we take a moment to like explain what's happened to a couple of them so that
they can start policing
Yeah.
Okay,
themselves.
so it's like a pyramid scheme of like you unbox 2, you explain it, then they just
I mean,
keep unboxing.
Tom, you and I
Yes.
work in corporations, so we need a nice scalable solution to the mage problem.
This is good. And you've also created an MLM. You've just got a downstream, and they're just working for you.
Yeah,
It's good.
so simultaneously, I'm like, Quinny, are you okay?
Quinny's arms are like burning, like the muscles are so sore from the work they've been doing. Both blades disappear magically. And I like look up what the dimensions of this beast. I look up what, like 5 feet to the where I was carving in. And I'm just like, I look at my hand like, well, ring of swimming, and he's juicy. So I'll just punch my way through with the ring of swimming, just kind of launch out of the front of the carcass.
It's like you've been vomited out by a whale. It's like, whoosh, and you just like slip and slide for a bit.
Yeah, and it looks like I've just been born. Like I'm a mess. And I get up, and it's just gloms of squid all over me, and I wipe it out of my good eye, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, but are you hurt?
No, he didn't. That thing didn't lay a tentacle on me. I'm a little scraped up from before, but I'm good to go.
Okay, what about you, Juniper? How are you doing?
I think I swallowed something.
I mean, I'm
but-
a little rough.
Okay, me too. All right, let's do some healing before we bump into this, whatever the fuck is next. Moonhammer, help me out. And I just like slap myself on the chest, and I'll cast Cure Wounds at level 1 on myself, which bumps me up 2. It's like another, that's 18 HP, and I'm going to do it again. I'm like, hit me again, you beautiful goddess. Oh, nice. There we go. Nice max healing that I can get on that one. That's another 22.
Holy shit.
So now I am officially more healed than I was before I started fighting the Kraken. I'm like, let's do another one. And then I'm like, I'm just kidding. Please don't make me do another one. Juniper, can you heal yourself or do you need something?
I heal myself for 5. Oh, hey, I've got a potion of greater healing.
Do you need it or do you want to save it?
I mean, I'd rather save it because then I can give it to someone else if they need it.
Quinny hears that. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Like the guy who cannot heal himself. Like, hey, yeah, good thinking. You never know.
You immediately start eyeing where she's putting it, like which pocket she's putting it in.
I'm going to hold that for you.
Just like,
Okay, so the mages are up. It seems like they all got kidnapped. There's another room. We got to find a portal. We still don't have a portal.
It's this way, right? Like the thing is, we come down here to this northern. I was like Northern Passage, like we're on the fucking ship.
the Northwest.
We're in the northern tunnel.
The maintenance tunnel, yes, the northern maintenance tunnel, and it loops back right to the bottom floor.
And we got our little glass thing, and we were talking. So they're coming from the other way. We're coming from this way. If we find the same room with the portal
So
in
we
it,
should be able to get back to the conjuration thing,
or something.
right out that way, right where the
All right,
Kraken
so
came
we'll
from.
kind of let the mages look after themselves if they're doing okay.
Yep.
All right, then I guess we'll be like, we're going to go this way. If anything comes back that's not us, kill it.
if it's a wizard, she's cool. Kill the other guys. I don't care about them. Whatever
Alan,
they are.
Yeah, wizard named Alan.
Ask them what. No, that the other two guys are stupid.
Kill the other two guys. We don't care.
Ask them what goddess is the best. They'll know.
Ask them what goddess Butthole thinks is the best.
Yeah, it's Moonhammer. The answer's
Wait,
Moonhammer.
Buttholes? What are you talking about?
Just remember the code word that they have to give you is a goddess Moonhammer, okay? I'm going to write it down. And I just start handing out pamphlets from my Moonhammer and Moonmanments.
They're like still trying to find their families. And
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
right.
That's fine. Take the pamphlets. Okay.
Last time someone gave me a pamphlet, I ended up here.
So which one of you want? I need you all to pick somebody to be in charge.
It's the guy you talked to earlier. He's like, yeah, I got this. I was kind of awake before you stuffed me back in the box.
Okay, Carlin. If things go bad, we have 2 friends and a dumbbell outside, and if that back door opens up, you can go through there. Here, and I give him the extra wax ball because Juniper doesn't need one, so Juniper can use her gills. So I give it to him. So if they need to send someone for help, if we don't make it, he can go to the dumbbell and then theoretically try to figure something
He
out.
looks at it, he's like, oh, hey, cool. Yeah. Pressure-based wax magic. Oh, yeah. This will allow me to breathe underwater. It'll be a little bit uncomfortable, but it'll work perfectly. Wow, I've only read about it. And you're just suddenly like, oh, fuck, it's a room full of Allens. It's just like everyone's just super enchanted by the abilities that these things can offer. And
Cool, have fun, bye. And then I'll go join the other 2, like climbing a Kraken.
yeah, so you get past the Kraken into sort of a secondary room. And there's definitely, you can see the maintenance tunnel. It's half flooded, but you'll be able to make it through. The wall of the Kraken sort of, you can see that it's maneuvered its way past what looks like a secondary hangar. And sort of a large emergency stone door must have shut behind it. So it half flooded and then closed, but that's how it managed to get in. Looking around, you can actually see that this room seems to be kind of half finished. There's a lot of the weird steampunk machinery, but a lot of it's left incomplete. There's sort of large crates with weird kind of like tubes and nozzles and that sort of thing. But most notably, there is what looks almost like a seated gun turret or cannon that just seems to be it's larger than your spyglass, but like a large circular sort of teleport mirror.
Oh.
And kind of you can see from outside the dome, it looks like it's kind of meant to be a defensive weapon of some sort.
What does this thing do?
I don't know. It looks like a gun. We saw those rifles that they had with the lasers, but it's got like a portal thing with it.
You think this shot the airship from down here?
That is possible, especially if it's on like autopilot or something.
That's a big, powerful gun.
Does it have like a computer attached to it?
It literally looks like a chair that you can kind of like control with cranks from where it's seated, and the mirror. There doesn't actually seem to be any machinery attached to it whatsoever. But it does have the same kind of like tuning dial on it that your spyglass does.
Okay, and I want to take my spyglass out and see what it's like turned to. Like, what does the dials look like?
Yeah, so I mean, you could replicate that. It's the same dial system.
I want to do that.
So you crank it around, and through the mirror, you can see a massive weapon. And it looks like sort of a massive laser cannon, similar to the guns that you guys have, but like in cannon form. Currently, there's no one around it. You can see kind of a bunch of tubes of mages behind it that all kind of are linked to it. But it's kind of similar to the laser rifles you've seen, kind of like charged up with red energy.
And then I'm just going to turn our side back off. And then I would like to call Alan. And be like, ring, 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 ring. Using thaumaturgy to jingle a bell.
So, smash cut to 2099. You're upstairs. You've just arrived back in central processing. And the two guys are like, hi, did Mike, whoa, hey, what happened to you? Where's Adonis?
And I just vocalize to honor system. I'm like, you take the one on the right. And then I'll just swing my gun up and shoot the guy on the left in the head.
Oh, you know what? Mike wasn't that good at... his head explodes. Honor system, you take out the other guy?
Yeah, quick draw. Sword out, back in the sheath, and the guy just... his top half slides off of his bottom half.
The old underworld special. He falls apart as though he was Grayson Typhus in a diving suit. And, you have control of the room.
Gentlemen, you have the room. You have the floor.
Everybody check around. There's a secret door. I'm going to go slap my cock all over these walls.
Jesus Christ.
I just start slapping different spots on the wall with the severed hand.
Sure. Alan, what are you doing?
I'm going to check too. Sorry, I'm just stupid joke.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just doing my job with my cock over here.
A floppy Mike Hawk just flapping around. No sense of purpose, but so much intention.
I've got my hand on my cock's hand.
His cut hand. You're slapping around on the walls. Alan, you're kind of looking around. All of a sudden, all of the screens flip over, and you see your mother on them. And behind, she's clearly like moving through the facility, and she's got kind of the espionage troops around her. And she just says, listen, I'm not sure who all of you are. I must say I'm very impressed by how much chaos you've been able to sow, but you are really out of your league here. So my recommendation is you just give up real fast, and we'll just make it easy on you. If you don't, I'll just probably make your insides come out in a variety of fascinating ways. So either you help me learn about the anatomy of traitors, or, you can just go quietly into that great beyond. Your choice.
Ignore her, Alan. We have a mission.
I'm ignoring her.
Yeah, we're all just still looking for, I think, the door.
Declan, continue to smear what remains of my cock all over the walls.
I'm so happy with today. I'm just laughing my ass off as I do this. It's so juvenile, but I killed so many people.
Alan, as he's doing this, you find the door to the storage unit that your friends told you about. And you open it, and you can see a standard portal with kind of a laser hand grid just sort of standing by.
Oh, shit, good work. And I'll just come over and put Mike's hand on the grid.
It doesn't turn on.
Oh, well, fuck me.
Grayson Typhus.
I'll try mine. I put it on.
It says 80% match, Director Leondell. And the portal opens.
Not Typhus.
Oh, because you match enough of your mum that it's not sure because it's not a great system. Okay.
I am a 80% match.
That's a hell of a question. Okay. Compartmentalized thinking. System and I'll go through the portal first, because then if we get blowed up, you got the best chance of avenging us, and you come through last because technically you're holding the door open.
You hear a massive explosion and a series of screams above you in the hangar.
well, fuck me. See you soon. And I grab System and I'm just like through the portal.
Alan, what do you do?
Yeah, follow.
Cool. So you leap through the portal, and the three of you appear in a much sleeker dome, but same sort of thing. This one's actually fully metallic with kind of more of like a bunker slit than just like a fancy glass dome to the north of the facility. And looking back, you can see it looks like there's a massive gunfight happening in the hangar. And you keep seeing explosions, and then kind of to your horror, you see like a blast of lightning come out of the side of the hangar.
Are we turning back?
Fuck, we gotta free the rest of the people. We
Alan,
haven't dealt with the battery yet.
You feel, as you see the blast of electricity, you actually feel some of it in your fingers.
Do we free the rest or do we go back?
The veins on your face get a bit darker and a bit broader.
Oh, I think we have to go forward.
Okay.
Forward, and
I was
honor
gonna say,
system runs.
Honor System, before you go anywhere, just if you don't mind me borrowing you, let's break this fucking portal. I
yeah.
want to take apart the portal frame.
Wouldn't it be nice if it was just you two like smashing the thing?
Well, that was what I was asking. Like, are we turning back or no? And then just cut.
Yeah. So imagine, wouldn't it be nice, but played at 3 times speed as we just panically smash apart this fucking frame.
Alan, lose a spell slot, please.
Any particular level?
High. You feel yourself becoming cold and just almost lethargic and distracted.
All right.
All right. The portal goes down. There's a long ladder. Declan, this is more climbing than you signed up for.
I am so tired.
Alan, are you tired?
I'm exhausted.
All right, climb on, and I'll
climb down if you're carrying Alan. I don't want you carrying two of us on a ladder.
Fezzik Princess Bride this thing and just carry the both of you because I don't get tired.
It's very cute.
I'm not above this. I'll climb on your back, piggyback style.
Yeah.
Bourbon says, "Do not worry. I will bring up the rear," and then goes first.
How fast or slow is he?
Like very fast,
Okay,
but also
good.
not great at ladders.
Oh,
so it's
man.
half falling, half climbing.
He might fall
but
on us.
He's doing all right.
All right,
He went first.
That's
He
what
said, "I'll take up the rear."
Oh,
He's
the ladder's going down.
Yep.
Sorry. I thought he was climbing up, and I was like, "Oh shit, this guy's gonna fall on us at any moment."
Yeah, it's a weird way for a TPK.
So I'll start to.
I am Bourbon Sherbert, the Deus Ex Machina Herbert. You are dead.
I'll start climbing down, carrying my two friends.
Sure thing. It's a kind of a sweet the bodyguard moment, and no one comments on it. So you get to the bottom, and Bourbon Sherbert reaches out and puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Don't worry, I had your back."
Thank you, and I'll just keep going.
Yeah, of course.
He's not in his right mind, but yeah, sure, thanks.
I'm going to get off and walk now because
He
I want
whips
to
out
play
his
shadows.
broomstick and is kind of walking at a safe distance behind all of you, being like, "I will scout ahead." And
Great. Can you turn your shield on?
Yes. So he pushes a couple buttons and like cocktail mix just sprays out of his face. And he's like, "No bullets will penetrate my shield."
Honor System,
Beep boop.
Honor System, can you turn his, and out loud, I say, liquor system, but in subvertedly, I'm like, shield on.
And he goes, "Absolutely." And then speakers just come out of the side of his head and you just hear, "Bwip, bwip, 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 DJ Shield."
I you know when like a disc tray comes out and you can like kind of push it back in and it's kind of like, "Ear," and so I do that to the speakers, just back in, and then I will,
and you just hear like,
from like rattling inside his head. Yeah. And I'll just grab his forearm, and I'll just give it a quick jerk and like lock the forearm into place, and the shield deploys.
Okay, amazing. So the bubble pops, and
Honestly, like kind of pushing me off of it because I was in front of him.
he says, "Oh, you should have just asked if you needed my shield. Let's go. I am helping." It sheared off part of his broomstick, and he seems real bummed about it. Incidentally, it actually made it deadly.
Makes it pointier.
But he's real sad. All right, so you make your way kind of through the passage, and you enter a massive chamber. And unlike in Dumb Faerun, this one is full Matrix pod, like military tech grade room 4 rows of just kind of like chambered mages. You can see some of them reroute to specific things. You do see a station set up to create phylacteries. It basically seems anything they didn't want up top is charged from down here, including the actual power to the facility itself.
What's the count of mages here? Is it dozens or hundreds or hundreds of hundreds?
Not hundreds of hundreds, but hundreds. It's a much larger room than the one in Dumb Faerun.
Okay, I want to go straight for the phylactery station because I want to see if there's anything there or anything protected there.
So there isn't. There are a bunch of empty phylacteries. You can see there's a bunch of like the Ziploc body bagged necromancers kind of stacked. No, there doesn't actually seem to be anything in this one. That said, there is a computer system rigged to it.
There we go. I would like to check that out, please.
So you're checking that out. Honor System and Alan, there are units down here for basically all of the blocks. So even though you weren't able to access A block or EV block, there are units for that set up down here. So if you want to explore anything related to weapons or armor, you could.
How about ENH block?
For ENH block, there seem to be spares, but they really are just stacked as like, and they look like high-level mages. But all of them have had holes drilled in their foreheads.
Oh, my God.
And, you don't get the sense that there'd be much benefit other than plugging a new one in.
So they're like brain dead.
Yeah. They're literally just being, like, used essentially as the...
Like a conduit of some kind?
As a conduit, but also as essentially a blank hive mind that you could plug a consciousness into.
This is fucking sick. That's not really...
I feel like
Honor System's vernacular quite yet.
He's got
but-
emotions now.
Yeah, and they're new, but he's not throwing slang around just yet.
This is fucking sick house. I'm Honor System.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
Let's fucking do this.
Disappointing. Fuckos.
Yeah, I think he will. I like just monstrous, and we'll have to move on to souls he can save.
Cool. Alan, you find yourself kind of walking past the weapons set. Mm-hmm. And there's a computer terminal there. And Bourbon's kind of walking with you because he doesn't really know what else to do. And he says, wait, Mistress Xanthus, you have mentioned to me many times that there is a problem with weapons in your world. Is that true?
Yeah.
Perhaps there is something here that could stop the weapons there.
Oh my gosh. Can you stop them?
Hell yeah. And he starts doing like kata, but you, and then you just kind of walk over to the computer and basically start working. I think you can interface with since you have a neural net now and you have a robot arm, I actually think you might be not great at hacking, but you could at least...
You'd know the basics.
Do basics, yeah.
Simple commands.
So you log in and can you roll me a skill check, please, and add your intelligence?
7.
Okay. You're starting to kind of make your way through the code. It's very much Lex in Jurassic Park clicking through the Unix system. She knows this. That said, you start to find some very interesting file pathways for things called failsafes. And based on what you saw Declan and Honor System do to the robots in the precog unit, a thought kind of sparks in your mind that maybe if you keep digging, you might actually be able to find a kill code.
Yes.
Because Grayson Typhus doesn't exactly seem like the kind of guy who's going to give away a bunch of guns and then just be like, I trust you.
No, of course. Of course.
You would just need some kind of transmitter, but if you had them, might make a big difference in Faerun.
And I'm digging.
Hacky. Declan, you're examining phylacteries. This is a weird challenge for Declan because it's technological, but also weird hoodoo bullshit. What exactly are you examining? How are you trying to sort this out?
I want to know if it's like basically Declan is like an A plus B equals C person, and he's going to, for the sake of his sanity and ability to focus, he doesn't actually need to understand how any of the magic works because he's got a nice easy system, which is when I break this thing, this person dies.
Yep.
He's like, okay, that checks out. He wants to know if there are ways to find or track them because there's no way Typhus would give someone a phylactery that they could just theoretically walk out the door with and then live forever to stop him. So he's looking for that kind of like, are there ways to track them? Are there ways that they're hidden? Do they give off a certain kind of radiation? And at the same time, I guess anything else that would seem like there might be someone in this room that could be weaponized. Like if I wake up the necromancers, are they going to be like skeletons? And then bad shit happens.
I mean, they might be skeletons.
Yeah, there's options.
They just fall out. Great. So I think as you start to poke around in this, the way your brain rationalizes it is this is like backups. It's like having a remote backup, and you just need to wipe the backups. And I mean, the rest of it, like, souls, whatever, don't worry about it. But like backups.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. So unfortunately, there's no way of tracking them. Liches, it seems, are fully aware of where their phylactery is at all times. Not what's going on around it, but just like they have a vague sense of it. So it isn't like, oh shit, where did I leave my keys? Then you like sit down on the couch and you break it and you're like, oh, poop. And then you just die. The easiest way to track a phylactery would be tracking the person. But I think more specific to your request, what you're actually doing is trying to CSI your way through Grayson Typhus's thought process for what would he do with a phylactery. And you're 100% correct. There's
Him and
no
the
way
director, yeah.
he would just leave it kicking around. You actually don't know if the director is a lich.
No, but she looks like
She
Alan,
does.
so I'm
it's
betting.
Yeah. So there doesn't seem to be any record of it. And more importantly, there doesn't seem to be any record of this machine having made it. There's nothing on him specifically. You get the sense that the ones you've seen are kind of his like C-suite, but it seems almost as though he's purposed this tech for that, and that he may have forced it on them, and they may not have been aware that they had these things.
Damn. Okay. Do I find anything of use about any of the necromancers? Like they're the people that I'd want to wake up, or does it just seem like they're all sort of like
generally
a dickhead
speaking,
brigade?
I think in Dumb Faerun, the mages are still somewhat capable because the facility's broken and the technology's worse. Things are pretty bleak here. Like you can free them, but the odds are that they may actually not have any magic now. Like it may have been fully drained to power. Because if you think about it, like the magic coming out of the stack has been powering all of 2099 Faerun's tech for a long time. Like there was electrical tech and stuff before, but like all the major advances that led to it being a techno world are from draining these mages.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess looking at the system, I want to break it. I want to break the phylacteries so that they can't fucking use this thing. And then can I find out if I just let the necromancers like wake up, do I just kill them if I like unplug them so they can stand up and walk around? I don't give a shit if they've got
like,
magic.
You can get them out, but they'll like, I think
I'm not getting an army. Yes.
narratively, yes. You don't get an army, but yes, you can 100% set them free. And their magic might come back in time. It might not. You don't really know because you don't really know magic, but you can definitely free these people.
Then yeah.
Can you go ahead and roll me a programming check just as you're wrapping up your investigation of phylacteries?
11.
Oh, fuck. That's pretty good. All right. Yeah. As you flip through it, you do find like some memos between Grayson Typhus and like the director and other people who are managing the facility. And there's sort of a note to Director Leondell about employee, because basically it seems like Typhus himself ran the facility in the early days, but then he kind of turned it over to the director. And also, it seems like he ran it for a suspiciously long time. But there's something about kind of like who you should put in charge. And she's like, I have a very enthusiastic person who insists on calling himself like the Servant of Darkness. And he seems really, really into this. And there's a very flippant email back from Typhus just saying, look, just be very careful with who you put in charge of these phylacteries. Like, if you can't trust them to deliver you a coffee, you can't trust them to take care of your phylactery.
No way. Holy fucking shit.
What?
Fucking Emily Antebellum has Grayson Typhus's fucking phylactery.
Where is she?
I don't fucking know, but this is great. I get to shoot her and kill him. This is dope as fuck. And I hit the release button for all the fucking necromancers.
There's just like a hiss in the room, and a bunch of people stumble out, and like a lot of them were wearing cool goth robes, and they're like, oh, wait, what? And they're all like fall out coughing up like weird Matrix goo and doing the whole weird Neo thing with like pulling tubes out of their mouths, and they're all relatively unpleasant, but they're all helping each other, which is nice.
That's good. Yeah, no, it's definitely that. And I'm like booking it over to the armor station because I'm like, I'm just going to unhook all these fucking things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, because it was an email between him and the programmer that like, what's her face? Your mum. It was an email between them. And he said, if you don't trust someone to get you a coffee, you can't trust them with your phylactery. Who brought that fucker a coffee? Emily Antebellum. What would be an easy way to blackmail this son of a bitch from another dimension? Have his phylactery. Everybody lives forever. Fucking A. And I'm already just like hacking into the armor.
That makes a lot of sense.
Alan, go ahead and roll me another intelligence check, please.
7.
So you're having some difficulty finding the kill code. That said, you can also now call for help given that you know what you're looking for.
Honor system.
Yes.
I'm into the lasers, the laser rifles.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, no.
You're into them? Sorry. It's a fucking low-hanging fruit. Yes, how can I help?
No, I'm into their code. Can you take over for me? There might be a kill switch in here.
Allow me, and I'll try and interface with it.
Yeah. So there's no kill code for the weapons in this world because that would be insane. But you are able to find a literal code that could be transmitted globally if someone had a transmitter in Dum Faerun could likely render all the laser rifles inert.
Okay. I'll initiate the process. All that needs to happen is the connection needs to be made at the other side.
Yeah. So you you can download the
signal
code.
is
You've got
outgoing. It just needs to be received.
Yeah, it's outgoing. You could also, you'll take a copy of it, and basically if you can give it to someone, they can blast it out.
Okay, great.
Because there isn't a transmitter from in here. It's a hard site.
Yeah, I'll save it to like just like a little dongle and pass it to Alan.
Cool. So
right.
you have that now.
Dun. Sorry, that's all.
You can let them go. There's a button. And I just described the way to let all the fucking mages out of their cages.
Oh, okay.
Out of their mage cages?
Yeah.
Sorry, a lot's happening right now.
It's okay. I'm not mad at you. This is actually a good thing.
I agree. I will also help. And Bourbon Sherbet starts closing units after people have fallen out. He's like, no one else will bother you, fair mage. And then he closes another unit.
They're empty, right?
Yeah. He just thinks they're the mages.
You're doing fine, bud.
Thank you. There are many. I will close as many as I can. We will save them. He just keeps working his way down the row. You can see there's a doorway at the end of the hall that is, or at the end of this sort of massive cavern that seems to lead into a secondary room.
I stack up at the door.
Yeah, I'll just like on the armor one. I'm not so much looking for info. It's literally just like going through to just hit like open. I'll pop the cases and then just go down.
Yeah. You managed to get them all. So again, like all the mages are now helping each other out and getting everyone going. It's kind of the same thing that happened in the other room. It's just much more technological and there's a lot more
of
like
them. Yeah.
cyberpunk shit.
Cool. They look great. I go stack up.
Yeah.
Alan, are you ready? Do we have your focus this time?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
The doors blast open. Alan, you don't see your mother, which is a huge relief. Instead, you see, like, Declan, this is, if there's a heaven, it's this room. Massive laser cannons that are, you get the sense that this is the true kind of defensive potential of the stack. It's not, oh, we'll wait till we get our ass kicked. It's if we had to shoot a bunch of assholes out of the sky, we could do it from here. Unfortunately, no one knew you were coming. So, womp womp. You see from a map on the wall that there are actually defensive bunkers like this one situated to the east and west of the facility as well. Interestingly, the laser cannon has a massive version of the Ventus eyeglass directly in front of the cannon head. So currently it's deactivated, so it almost looks like a bad aiming reticle, but basically there's just a giant fucking circle that leads somewhere.
Well, that looks like a fucking portal.
And then you get a ding on your spyglass, Alan.
Hey guys.
Hey, so we found a room with like a weird cannon in it, and then we turned it on, and it showed a bigger cannon aiming at us. So I'm sort of waiting for you to find the cannon room.
I think we're there right now.
Yeah, you went down the maintenance hatch like we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. We did that, and now we're here.
Medieval Xanthus, good news. We have found the cannon room. We are currently freeing all the cannons. They are awaking from their slumber.
Good.
I appreciate the validation.
Can we not let him talk anymore, whoever that guy is?
Okay.
I am Bourbon Sherbert, the definitely altogether Robert.
Okay, I'm gonna open the cannon on our side again, and then see if you could see us. And I just like I'm so ready to spin it the moment I just see enemies on the side, and I just like click.
Yes. So 2099 folk, you can see through it. And it basically, it's not that you're looking at Butthole and Co. You're looking the other direction, and basically you realize this is a linked cannon. So whatever they're pointing it at, you can shoot.
Oh.
What is it? What do you see? We don't see you. Where are you?
Yeah, no. I think the laser cannon here is seeing what the cannon there is seeing.
Okay.
Wait, so if you shoot, It comes out ours?
Yes.
So can't you just climb through it and then you're here?
It's too small for anyone to climb through. Because the DM wouldn't leave a loophole that large.
That's okay. I just got to check, Alan, because I can't see your side.
Faerun folk, as you're looking at this, you hear a massive explosion in the distance. And there's a massive blast of debris expanding outward from the stack. And you see a kraken come forward.
Faerun?
Dum-dums.
Oh.
Another one?
Remember the other Kraken? And then when it died, it was like, owie, not fair. And I said it wasn't an adult. What if that one was the baby? And that's the mom. Alan, we need you to shoot your cannon.
Turn it.
Okay, so
He's like, go.
yeah, all of us are going to work together to try to make this chair work.
All right. Who's going to try and aim it? Basically, the way this thing works, again, it's all full of gears and levers. So this is like it's like an old school cannon thing. So it's like someone's cranking it into position.
I've never been more confident that if it is dexterity based, it should be Quinny. Like Quinny is our Schuster.
So
You
Quinny,
crank.
You hop
I'll
into
be muscle.
into the cockpit.
Juniper, we need your muscles too.
So Juniper, we'll say, here's a real weird question. Who's going to turn it left and right? Who's going to turn it up and down? Both need manual cranking. You're both strength people, so you're both going to do this.
Yeah, Quinny
it
is
just
like-
depends who gets to be stressed about what piece of it.
I'll go.
Like in the chair, like, let's go.
Okay, I go. Up, down,
All right,
me,
left,
up, down,
right.
me.
Okay.
Heaven and hell. Okay, Moonhammer.
Okay, fuck.
I'm gonna guidance the shit out of
You're
myself.
up first. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check, please. Good thing you did all that arm wrestling.
23.
Fuck
Nice.
yeah. You start cranking, and the cannon starts rapidly turning. You can see the red of the Kraken's eyes. And yeah, this definitely looks like the one you saw back there. So you're cranking towards the Kraken as it comes at you. I'm going to say you're halfway there. So
Okay.
another successful check will line you up. Butthole. Up, down, heaven, hell.
As I'm going, heaven, hell. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. Oh, okay. And that is not a great number, but sometimes you're inspired by your goddess and she doesn't want you to get eaten by a fucking kraken. Okay, that is 17.
17. Okay, barely, but you start to crank it up. Quinny, you're feeling like a nice smooth motion moving side to side, and up it's just like fum. It's like he's just like the teeth are jumping every single.
Because this
Gear.
sea monster is approaching us, it is the slowest but most stressful ride I've ever been on.
Quinny, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check, please, to start flicking switches and like trying to adjust the signal so that you get maximum clarity on the eyeglass.
That's 19.
All right, good enough.
Total.
You start kind of making small adjustments. It's little things like recoil and all the usual shit you deal with aiming at distance, as well as trying to adjust the rings so that you've got perfect clarity.
Okay.
I need one more successful check from Butthole and from Juniper to line up the shot.
I'm going to use inspiration.
Fair enough. Seems like a good time for it.
Good thing I did. That's a 26.
All right,
Nice.
you're locked in.
All right. That is another 17.
All right,
Skin of our teeth.
I'm so tired.
you're lined up. You're lined up. You're sitting there. You're looking through. Everything looks great, and then a horrible realization strikes you. You've done everything you can. Now it's up to them. Smash cut to 2099. You need to get this gun up and running. They're currently aiming, but the thing is not powered up. What do you do?
Okay, Declan is going to the power source. If you want a man who knows how to load a gun in any circumstance, he'll figure this fucking system out.
All right, so you're going to try and power it up. Honor system, what are you going to try and do? There also may not be other things for you to do. I'm just curious. To see
Just
what
the
you want.
power supply, right?
Powering it up, you might need to.
There might need to be a trigger man.
You might also need to aim it because here's the thing: they're lining up. So if you think about this, this is like a basketball hoop-sized ring that is at the end of this cannon. It's still a cannon, so Queenie can like put that in the right direction. But if the gun on this side isn't aimed correctly,
It's like misaligned.
yeah, because basically Queenie's made sure that the rings are lined up. Now you guys need to aim the gun through it.
Oh, shit. No. Okay, Trey, you do the fucking power.
I want to shoot it.
I'm on it.
Get an erection and climb into the gun.
Oh my god.
Honor system, you turn around to power it up and see the 5 tubed mages who are linked to the cannon. And you realize that the only way to power it up is to drain these mages.
There has to be another way. What's my power source?
You have a quantum core. You also have a mage with you.
Alan, is there a way to power this without taking these innocent people's lives? I have a quantum power core. You're the most powerful magic user I've ever seen. The only magic user I've ever seen.
Oh, I guess, can you transmit your power through me?
Are you willing to try?
Yeah.
Not a lot of time up here, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So honor system, you initiate the appropriate protocols. Things like Transformer style, like your chest like opens up and
The spark of leadership.
yeah, exactly. Alan, you kind of like look meaningfully at honor system, and you start to reach out for his quantum core, and then suddenly you feel a hand on your shoulder, and Bourbon Sherbet says, "Wait, Mr. Xanthus, you don't only have one most powerful mage he's ever seen. You have 2." And then his chest opens up. He means a quantum core. He's just very confused all the time now. So you have 2 quantum cores and yourself. And you're going to try and essentially channel both of them to power the gun.
Yep.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I don't know if this is going to work, but I can't kill these mages. They've been through too much.
All right. So, Alan, you kind of like reach out. Just before you do, you see another explosion from the stack. And like your entire face hurts and your body hurts and you get colder. Lose another spell slot, please.
Okay.
Alan, are you all right?
No, but I don't think we have a lot of time.
Alan, gain 10 HP. You feel hearty even though you're hollow. So you reach out. You touch Honor System's quantum core, you touch Bourbon Sherbet's, and suddenly it's just like you go full Super Saiyan. Your hair stands straight up, your eyes go bright, and then I think, touching both of them, you stagger forward. They kind of stagger with you. Honor System, I basically need a Constitution save from you, so go ahead with 2d6 and add your Constitution. I'll do the same for Bourbon.
8.
Bourbon got a 12, so he's
doing better than I am.
Yeah, it's starting to get black. Like your systems are actually starting to shut down a little bit, enough so that you can still stagger forward. And finally, Alan, you basically just come up to the gun, and I think you just kind of fucking fall forward onto it, and they both slump down to one knee. I'm going to need a con save from you as well.
Okay.
Basically, the amount of energy coursing through you could potentially just tear your body apart.
Yeah. Okay. So 2d6.
Yep.
9.
9. All right. You feel like you're being pulled, like almost at a molecular level in a bunch of different directions. As soon as you fall over on the gun, you see the coils start to charge. Declan, go ahead and roll me a shoot check, please. I'll give you the one disadvantage is if you are trying to do this in such a way that takes less energy from them, do it with disadvantage. If you're just doing it to line up the shot,
Yeah, I have
roll
no
regular.
idea what they're doing.
Great,
I didn't
then
hear
go
the
ahead and roll
conversation.
regular.
Okay, that roll was terrible. But once per scene, you can re-roll a failed skill check, taking the new roll if better. Almost impossible for this roll to be worse because I rolled 3. Great. 6.
6. So this thing is so heavy and so massive, and it's less like there's not like a cockpit you can sit in. It's literally just you kind of like angling it. So it really is like trying to manually aim a cannon by hugging it. You don't quite have it lined up. The Kraken is 1 turn's worth of movement away now. Alan, the gun is half charged. I need 1 more round of con checks from all of us. And Declan, you get 1 more chance to line up the shot. Oh, fuck, man. Bourbon Sherbet may be broken, but he is killing it.
It's a 10.
And
10.
a 9.
9? All right. Honor System, you take 4 points of damage. Skip any armor, just straight 4.
Yep.
9.
9? Okay. the cannon is in place. Alan just kind of like screaming through this with Honor System and Bourbon on your side. I think Honor System manages to force a hand forward and just like put it on your shoulder. And then you basically scream as the cannon fires.
I won't scream now because it's like 1 a.m. and we're in an apartment complex, but...
As the sound mixer, thank you. We'll believe him.
Theater of the mind. Quinny, suddenly your chair bucks as just a fucking red laser blasts through the mirror and just fucking shreds this Kraken, like just straight through the face, blows it apart.
Oh, we need to get this on the McSquiggly. Oh my God. It's gone. It's fucking gone.
And
great job, team. I knew my leadership could pull us through.
In your heads, just as the ray hits it, you just hear it go, Mom? And then it's blasted apart.
Oh, that was another little one. That wasn't it said Mom again.
Yeah, I heard it too.
The entire ocean seems to shake with a cry of primal fury. It's like a psionic headache. In 2099, all of you feel it. Not Honor System, but Declan and Alan, you definitely like fall to the ground with just the sheer agony that something is screaming. The gun power's down. Both of you kind of fall away. And in Dumfey Rune, you see 2 red glowing eyes and then a third blue electronic eye in the distance. And a shape basically the size of the sky begins to move towards you.
Charge the gun. Charge the gun. Charge the gun. We need to charge the gun now. Turn it the other way.
Where the fuck? Who fucking screamed about... Jesus, fuck.
And I just like pull myself up off the floor.
The screens come on in this kind of like defense bunker. And the director's there and she looks a little rough. Like there's clearly been some combat. Mm-hmm. And she just says, look, I told you this could be easy or hard. And I don't know what you think you're doing. I don't know why you're sapping all of our power. But you really shouldn't have made him angry. And then she gets shoved out of frame, and Grayson Typhus staggers in, his face kind of still half destroyed. And he just says, well, hello, new future. Did you fucking miss me?
No, that's why you got a hole in your head.
Cool. Thanks for the extra energy, by the way. And suddenly, Alan, it's like someone is pulling on your rib cage. You lose 10 HP and you fall to the ground.
Alan, what's happening?
Your skin begins to like the sort of dark veins begin to spread.
I don't know.
Alan, I don't know how to fix this.
What the fuck's going on? Wait. Somebody give me that fucking little... Alan, where's your fucking phone call? Give me your fucking thing.
I pull it out of my pocket, throw it to you.
Yeah, I'll take it. And I'm like, hey, big man, put your fucking finger through here. She's fucking breaking.
And I just hold it out over Alan's face.
All right. Butthole.
I'm like, okay. And I'll put a finger through, and he's going to cast Lesser Restoration, which can touch a creature and solve a disease or condition affecting it. So blind, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned.
You suddenly see Alan, Declan, and Honor System. You see Grayson kind of like almost like flinches if he's physically in pain. And actually, you see one of his eyes fall out as suddenly Alan's color comes back, the veins recede. Alan, you can regain your 10 HP. And you realize that he was kind of using whatever two-way bond had formed from the vampiric touch to kind of like keep himself a little more hale and hearty. His skin gets grayer, like his nose collapses. He's still standing, though, and he's just like, oh, fuck, that stings.
Yeah, and I turn the little image to the screen, and I'm like, that's the guy who did it. And then Butthole and Declan, at the exact same time, both go, suck on that, you dickhead. Word for word.
And then Butthole, or Declan, something occurs to you. You know where the phylactery is, and you know that Alan was able to see some other spots through the eyeglass. So... I think maybe you hand it back to her and ask her to start flipping the channels.
Yes. Alan, I need you to do this right now. Here's the deal.
And I lean forward so the screen can't hear it. And I've like taken everything away. And
I don't think anyone on the screen... Oh, you mean
because they can hear me. Grayson can and all that shit.
Are we more honor system. Like, do we care what this person has to say?
No, you can turn the fucking TV off.
SMG just shoots the screens out.
Cool. I'm still going to sub-vocalize, and I'll give you the screen, and I'm like, Alan.
Yeah, you get the sense there's no two-way communication. It was just screens telling you what's up.
Alan, here's the deal. Emily Antebellum has the fucking phylactery. You have to find Emily Antebellum through this thing. Just flip around until you find it.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I start dialing.
Yep. Again, you see a variety of places. You see...
I was going to say, just before you flip over, Butthole goes, wait! And you just click over.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Butthole and the Dum-Dums can actually still see through the cannon window because that is still a two-way portal. So they can kind of hear and see you.
Okay.
But it's like people looking through a manhole cover.
Question, like, what did they say about Emily Antebellum?
Yeah, they can't really hear what you're saying. Alan, you flip through until you see this sitting room in a car again.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're just looking for her, dude.
And you click through to it. At this point, it seems like you see Lady Antebellum. She's clearly a little bit drunk. And she's like yelling at someone. And she's just like, if he cared enough, he would fucking come and get it himself. I don't even know why he bothered to give me the fucking thing. And she holds up a glass tube.
Ooh.
Alan, I need you to hold that thing really fucking still.
And I want to just take my rifle up and aim through the eye hole.
I prop it up onto the little console that's in front of us because I'm like, I am no condition to hold it still.
Because you're kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you leave it there, it might fall over. He's going to need you to hold it.
I'll help you.
Okay.
So, honor system, you take one half.
I'll
take the other half.
I'll if you're comfortable with it, I'll like ghost like Patrick Swayze. Like I'll come in behind you and one hand around each of your hands.
So the two
hold
of you hold it, and Declan, you just line up an execution shot through the portal butthole. You can see they're doing something weird with the monocle. Yours isn't working right now. You look through, and for a second, you almost feel like you can see your mom. Declan, roll an execution shot.
That is a 12.
First, the phylactery explodes, and then Emily Antebellum's head explodes.
Fucking nailed it! And Declan is pumped as shit! That's number 2!
Butthole, you see your mother's head explode.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time. Christian Menicola, Long, The Half-Blind Prophet, James Cuellar, DM Rob, Christopher Little, Joshua White, Olin Anderson, Sue One, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.